It's sourdough bread time again. I've already mixed up the dough. You can see it's pretty wet, but it'll stiffen up because it's the coarse ground flour here. You can see it's pretty coarse. It will absorb a lot of moisture. So I'm going to loaf it up. Okay, I'm going to oil the pans. Put some olive oil in there. Spread it around. Very thick coating of oil, because we don't want the bread to stick. And my bread dough is a little sticky because it's rye bread. Take this one. And then, last time I used sesame seeds. My friend Craig said he couldn't watch the video because he can't eat sesame seeds. So maybe he'll watch this video because I'm not going to use sesame seeds. I'm going to use pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, some of each. So we're gonna line the pan with these seeds to keep the bread from sticking. Just kind of spread it around best we can. That with the oil, and the bread won't stick. Plus, there'll be a nice coating of seeds on the outside of the loaf. Nice and well done roasted seeds. So good. Need a few more seeds on here. I got a few gaps, so I'm just going to put a little bit of flour in there in some of the gaps, just a little bit. We don't want it sticking, mainly on the sides here. If it wasn't for Craig, I'd put a little bit of sesame seeds in there, but he don't want to watch it. I mean, I want him to watch the video, so we got to do things special. We aim to please, and he can make his own bread and use whatever he wants. But in tribute to Craig, I'm gonna make him make it like this. That's a few too many seeds. It'll go in the next pan, because I'm going to have 3 loaves, I'm sure. Anyway, let's get the dough in there. You can see how this dough is really wet compared to how most people would do it, but this is the way I do it. I just spoon it right in there. This is going to rise overnight. Well, maybe I don't have 3 loaves. Only got this much left. 2 mini loaves. 2 big loaves. 2 mini loaves. So we'll let this rise overnight. It'll give the sourdough starter that was in there a chance to eat up all this flour and make a really nice flavor. That's the problem a lot of people have. They don't give enough time. They just want it to rise like oh, it's like yeast, but it isn't like yeast, it's sourdough. And we want the sourdough to eat all the flour in there and do its thing. Make it good. Make it digestible and whatever else magic, the flavor. So we'll let that rise overnight. Here's the mini loaf. Watch this. New technique. See how I rolled it right around and the seeds went from the bottom to the top. Neat, huh? Learn something new every year. I had too many seeds in the bottom, so I just rolled it around and now it's coated with seeds. Too many loaves. Let them rise overnight, bake tomorrow. Okay, here's the next day. Here's the bread. It's like almost 2, I think. So it's been rising for, I did it at about 8 or 9 p.m. last night. So it's been rising a long time. You can see it rose up, probably fell back down. But it's very fermented. You can smell it, super sour. I got a new toaster oven. So I can bake it properly this time. But I had to put the toaster oven out here in the shed because it's brand new and the first time you light these things up or heat them up, all the oils in them burn off, like machining oils. So I've had it out here for a couple hours just heating up, and it's a good thing I did because it really stinks out here. So I'm going to put the bread in now. I think it's pretty well burned off. Okay, it holds both loaves with space between, so that's nice. This is perfect. And like I said, first time I use this, turn it on. Turn it on. We'll set it to bake. It has convection mode. I think I'll turn it to bake. Where'd it go? Bake. And I'll set it to like 400, and I'll put an hour on it. I like the controls, they're really easy to do. You just turn these knobs and it changes it. So we'll put an hour and a half in case I forget about it. And just hit start, and that's all there is to it. Humming a little bit. I'll try convection mode, maybe on the small loaves. I have 2 small loaves to bake, so we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, this is a Toshiba. Had good reviews on Amazon. Cost about, I don't know, $70, $80. Can't remember. I'm checking the temperature control of this new oven. I have this thermometer on here from this multimeter. I can do high temperature because this won't melt, hopefully. I got the probe in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's just above the top of those loaves. And this is saying 432. And this is set for 400. So we'll see how long it takes to kick off. There it goes. So that's pretty close, because I mean the that temperature sensor is like right under, under the element. So oh wait, it went back on. There, it went off. Went back on. It's maintaining it pretty close, within 25 degrees. So it's pretty good temperature regulation, and that's going on and off. It's not letting it drop too much. It almost seems like it's going down. It overshot. Now it's going down. It's kind of regulating it down, so it let it overshoot. So that's pretty nice, actually. Okay, time to check the bread. Looks pretty good. Pretty crunchy. I'll have to take it in. Didn't burn like my little toaster oven. Okay, let's get the bread out of the pans. And just slice along the sides a little bit here. It's already popping out. Comes right out. Nice. I like them crusty. Look at all that sunflower and pumpkin seeds baked into the crust. Nice and crunchy. Let's see how this one looks. Done. Here's how I cool them. I put them on the pan like this. They get air under them. Let them cool off. Not going to cut it until it cools off a little bit. Okay, so it's a little bit cooler. I already cut a couple slices. First one I cut was too hot. So, it's pretty good. It's got nice flavor. It's got plenty of rise in there. It's moist and chewy, like I like it. I could have put a touch more salt in the bread, but it's easy enough to sprinkle a little bit on now. I like to have it with some olive oil. What I really like is in a few days I put it in a pan and toast it in olive oil. That's really good. So, success again. Here's my verdict after eating a few pieces. It's super good. It's chewy, rye bread, great flavor. Love this. I love this crunch. You get these super toasted sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds around the edge here. Just makes it excellent. It's really good. You can't get better than this. That's why I have to make my own.